sixth installment of the Sun Through the Signs series. Now on to Sun, Woman, and Virgo. Before we get into it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I post. Because I'm posting a lot more often these days. So yeah. So, Sun in Virgo. We have a woman who, first of all, the Sun being our warmth and our, sense of going after what we want, or not going after what we want, expressing that, our sense of personality and personal sense or style, and how we are, like, the traits we kind of like picked up from father, whether it's psychological or physical. So with the Sun going into the sign of Virgo, Virgo being ruled by the planet Mercury, we have somebody who's pretty meticulous, analytical, detail-oriented. This is very much so the Hermit, the Virgo tarot card I think of when I think of the Virgo woman. So somebody that doesn't mind being on their own or alone, and definitely they don't want somebody they're going to be around that's going to slow them up or knock them out of their routine, because this is sixth house energy. You do not want to knock them out of their routine or what they have going on. Similar to Taurus, Sun and Taurus woman. So they can be kind of compatible in that sense. Taurus energy with Virgo energy is what I'm saying. Now, father could have been somebody who was like, they could have been just somebody who worked in a field where they were like mathematicians, something where things were very critical. They had to think a lot, or they were very critical themselves, very meticulous, like things neat or a certain way, were kind of picky, kind of like reclusive type energy, or somebody who was known for helping others, but maybe had kind of like a cold exterior, maybe not necessarily the warmest personality type or the most affectionate with Virgo energy. So with Virgo Sun woman, they have a tendency towards, kind of being like that, kind of again, not necessarily needing a relationship, especially if they feel like it's not gonna add to their life or their routine. This is definitely a very helpful, very sweet, beautiful nature that Virgo women carry. They definitely tend to be very sensual and smart. Like, I think that they have like a very well-rounded personality type, honestly. Now, with the mythology that I wrote down, they're ruled by Virgo represented Persephone in Greek mythology, who was goddess of the spring, who bloomed flowers everywhere she went. So again, there's this beauty and aesthetic in this sense of getting things just right when Virgos come around. Like, Virgo women just tend to be very helpful, and that friend that kind of like, if they see you doing things kind of messed up, they're gonna like tell you, they're gonna like, hey, let me just, and they're gonna tell you in a polite way. Like, they're gonna be very sweet about it. Like, Virgo women are very, very sweet. When it comes to dating, you definitely want to be somebody who's polite, who's kind, who's not a pushover necessarily. This is not going to be very attractive for them. You definitely want to be able to stand your ground. I feel like with Virgo Sun women, they definitely want to feel protected, because when it goes to that mythology with Persephone and Hades, he just took her. So I think that cold demeanor, it's gonna take like a very stern character and somebody that's confident, basically, to be able to attract and keep a Virgo woman's interest. Now they can, as far as career goes, nursing, hospitals, creative fields as well. Writing, book publishing, music production, musicians. These are all possibilities for Virgo energy, as again, they are meticulous and they have that sense of aesthetic and beauty and symmetry, and they're always aiming for perfection, which I feel like is something that artists are always aiming for, or searching for through escapism, through art, is perfection. So again, I see a lot of Virgos that are great at artwork and just great musicians and artists and great writers as well. A lot of great rappers, a lot of prominent rappers are Virgos as well. Now, when it comes to, they don't really like to argue. They won't really necessarily entertain it. The relationship can kind of go here or there once it kind of gets bad with Virgo women, because I think it's just the mutability, first of all, and again, that sense of just routine and them wanting to kind of stay consistent in that. I just feel like also that cold nature of being able to be pretty stable on their own. They don't necessarily kind of get into the neediness of a relationship, or somebody that's going to emotionally kind of get them. If you can kind of get them emotionally like tied up, you know that they're in love with you, because that's rare. That's not really something that they're prone to do. Yeah, and they don't really necessarily care for like the mind games too much. Mind you, they're very intelligent, so they won't really go for that either. You know, like they can kind of catch when you're trying to be sly, or when something's not right in a relationship, they're going to call you out on it. They don't really put up with the bull. And this is what I have for Sun in Virgo Woman. Stay tuned for Sun in Libra up next. It's your girl from Astrology here. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.